Hey, brothers and sisters, I wanted to do a quick reaction about the James Comey indictment. For you that don't know, James Comey was the FBI director under Barack Obama and under Trump in his first administration. But the guy has since come out as a very strong critic of Trump. He even seemed to celebrate some seashells that talked about assassinating Trump. And he also celebrated on Twitter when Trump was indicted for crimes in the past. The chickens on that have come home to roost. It's one of those things, if you're trying to kill the king, you better not miss. Democrats for a long time came after Trump and charged him with lots of things and tried to keep him off the ballot. Now they all seem to be shocked that Trump is going after some of them. And I've seen some Democrats even say Trump shouldn't be doing this because then Democrats will just do it to Republicans in the future, which is really funny because the Democrats already did come after them. They came after Trump himself and Trump's people. It's well documented. I came across this Scott Jennings piece where he was commenting on this on CNN, and he's about the only conservative voice on CNN, and I applaud them for keeping him on. Here's what he had to say about it. Let's watch this.
Well, I agree with Joe. If a grand jury says these things should be charged, that's part of the process. Now, there was another charge they declined on, so they obviously looked at it and made some decisions in the room. But the fact is, Lindsay Halligan walked in there, gave them some evidence, they looked at all of it, they charged on two, and I know people who think they may not be done. There are people in our orbit who believe that maybe this is a holding matter and there's going to be a superseding indictment. And so there may be more information yet to come here. But every Democrat in this country for years made no secret about the fact that they wanted Donald Trump and his people prosecuted, put in jail, and prevented from running for re-election. And they opened this box, and now they're living in it.
Okay, the mystical they.
I can tell you who the they are. You just look at the media. They cheered when Donald Trump was kept off the ballot in a couple of states, and then the Supreme Court reversed that. And they cheered when the Stormy Daniels convictions happened and he got the 34 felonies. And they cheered when Rudy Giuliani and the other folks were all charged down in Georgia. And so that's the mystical they. But they're playing like they didn't start this. They absolutely did start it. When Trump was charged, they sang a different tune. It was all, oh, nobody is above the law, and these are real indictments by a grand jury. Well, they're not saying that today. Comey also got indicted by a grand jury, but now it's going after your political opponents because it was Trump's people that did it. I don't know exactly what he was charged with, but I think it's something like there's evidence that he ordered the release of the Russiagate documents that turned out to be all fabricated and fake, and it's all come out now that the FBI and Obama knew it. And then he went to Congress and lied to Congress about those documents. And a grand jury decided that that was a crime. And so now he'll have to face justice. And I don't think Trump's done. He called out Pam Bondi about a week ago and said, hey, we need to see some prosecutions on these folks that politically went after me. And so what's good for the goose is good for the gander, folks. As Scott Jennings said, the Democrats opened this Pandora's box. We shouldn't be doing political prosecutions, but they started it, so I'm all for it. We need to teach the Democrats that there are some things you just don't do, and going after Trump with lawfare was one of them, because now he's going to go after you with lawfare for crimes you really committed. Why else do you think Biden gave the January 6th committee and his family and lots of others in his orbit pardons? You don't get pardons unless you're a criminal. So accepting those pardons is a tacit statement that you committed a crime and you need that pardon. If you didn't commit a crime, you don't need that pardon. And they're going to go through the process. It'll go through grand juries in the court system, and we'll see where it goes. But they drew first blood, folks. They drew first blood. If you like this, like and subscribe. If you don't like it, don't watch me. Thanks, bye.